Please unmute yourself and okay, I'm kind of shocked there about the recording part. Please unmute yourself and say happy morning. Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Buenos dias.
Selamat pagi.
Konnichiwa. So yeah, I'm bringing another part
Yeah,
in
sorry.
another.
That was good morning in Spanish.
Oh wow.
Oh, I see.
Sorry.
I learned new words now today. So yeah. Hi everyone, my name is Shauki Zuwakar Kiswara, and you can call me Shauki for short, and I am the SAA for tonight's meeting. What is an SAA? So basically my job here right now is to introduce the rules and regulation of our meeting. First rule is to be on time, and I would like to congratulate everyone who are attending the meeting right now because you guys are on time, because again, time is money. That means you guys didn't waste any penny, so that's good. Be on time. Second, if you're a visiting Toastmaster, please rename yourself based on the format below, format on the screen. If you're a visiting Toastmaster, you can rewrite your name as VTM, which is visiting Toastmaster, your name and your club of origin. Example is visiting Toastmaster John from SCBD, even though it's not a visiting Toastmaster, but example. For non-Toastmaster guests, please, for non-Toastmaster members, rename yourself as guest/name so that we can identify you as a guest. Third is if you can, please turn on your camera so everyone here can see all of your beautiful faces. See, look at that smile. I mean, I see a lot of smiles. Some of them are awkward smiles, some of them are actual smiles, but it's okay. It's a smile, so it brings smiles to my face. Okay, it's a little bit cringe there. So fourth, if it's not your turn to speak, please mute your microphone, because again, we would like to respect the speaker when they're speaking. But if it's your turn to speak, please unmute your microphone, because if you don't unmute your microphone, we cannot hear the thing that you're saying. So yeah. Fifth is, of course, be fully present and enjoy the meeting or have fun, because what better ways to learn something new or learn something that is very informative, but also have fun at the same time. So have fun, everybody, have fun. Oh, even though some of you guys didn't have that like smile, having fun. I need some kind of vibe here, smiling like Toastmaster Dewey right there. Smile. Look at her smiling. Oh my God. See. Okay. That's all for me as the SAA role. I would like to give the control to the acting president for right now, which is, of course, our vice president of education. She is the one and only.
Our president is available.
Oh, okay. Toastmaster Garda, if you would. Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shauki. My apology due to bad connection earlier. I wasn't able to present anything. I wasn't even able to talk to you. But now, with the power vested in me, I hereby open this meeting by knocking this gavel once. And that's the sound. And everyone, please unmute yourself and please repeat after me. Happy morning.
Happy morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Konnichiwa.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. For those of you who are being the first timer here in SCBD Toastmasters, perhaps you are wondering why morning, because exactly is in the evening here in Jakarta, Indonesia. Basically, happy morning is sort of the morning spirit that we have always tried to implement in SCBD Toastmasters, as if that when we wake up in the morning, obviously you want to start your day with such a fresh body, happy spirit, and that's exactly the morning spirit we would like to uphold and implement in SCBD Toastmasters. My name is Garda, currently serving as the president of SCBD Toastmasters Club. For all recurring guests and visiting members, welcome back to SCBD Toastmasters. And for those of you who are being the first timer in any Toastmasters meeting, particularly here in SCBD Toastmasters, on behalf of SCBD Toastmasters, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our beloved club, who has been a tremendous club for everyone to be a platform where you can strive for progress. And if you are still curious and haven't been exposed to what Toastmasters International as well as SCBD Toastmasters, allow me to give sort of information regarding Toastmasters itself. But in the meantime, just sit back, relax, and welcome to SCBD Toastmasters. Talking about Toastmasters International, it has been almost a century where it teaches public speaking and leadership skills to everyone. And by becoming a member in Toastmasters International, you will be connected to hundreds of members across hundreds of countries, across thousands of clubs around the globe. Now, someone perhaps might be asking, why is the most highlighted moment or the benefits by being a member in Toastmasters? There is this educational curriculum, or so it's called pathways, where just like it says, that it teaches public speaking to everyone. Imagine that you are studying mathematics or social studies or or science. This curriculum serves just as similar to those subjects, but here in Toastmasters, it merely focuses on public speaking as well as leadership. Not only that, let's say you want to also excel your humor skill. Maybe you would need it at your workplace by providing sort of humorous or engaging conversation with your colleague. There are 11 paths in the pathways of Toastmasters International that you can explore as a member. If you want to know more about these pathways, feel free to contact our club officers so that we can assist you with regard to this. In this year, SCBD Toastmasters upholds a vision to provide a platform where everyone can become a better you. And how to achieve that? Simply by empowering every individual to strive for progress, by instilling the values of being structured, collaborative, bold, and determined. SCBD Toastmasters is determined to provide this platform where everyone can become a better you by striving for progress. Prior to pandemic, we always had our physical meeting at SCBD area in South Jakarta, Indonesia. But due to this pandemic, we are shifting the offline meeting to online meeting until further notice. And we always conduct our regular meeting every Friday evening from 7 to 9 p.m. Jakarta time. For more information, you can visit our Instagram. Don't forget to follow at scbd.toastmasters. There's a link provided in our Instagram bio. You can click the link tree in our Instagram bio. You will be connected to our VP of Membership, Toastmaster Melanie, so that you can ask as many questions regarding Toastmasters, and we can address your inquiries accordingly. And that is all from me. And now I would like to give the control to the host of this meeting, or we call it as Toastmasters of the meeting. Toastmaster Ishraki, the screen and the control is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Hello, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Raki here. I will be your Tom for tonight. Let me share my screen first. All right, for tonight, our theme is I'm Nothing Without You. This is to commemorate Teachers' Day in Indonesia. And the words of the day for tonight is tribute. Tribute is a noun to somebody, an act, a statement, or a gift that is intended to show your love or respect, especially for a dead person. The example, the crowd stood in silent tribute to those who had died in the war. All right, for the agenda for tonight, we will have 3 sessions for tonight. First, prepared speech. The duration is around 5 until 7 minutes per speakers. And then the second, table topic speech. It will be 1 until 2 minutes per speakers. It could be for members and guests. And the last is the speech evaluation. The duration 2 until 3 minutes per members. So for the next, I will not alone here. I also have the evaluation team. So I will call Toastmaster Sanjung from Essential Toastmaster Club to introduce the evaluation team. So for Toastmaster Sanjung, The screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raki, for the opportunity. Good morning, my fellow Toastmasters and soon-to-be Toastmasters. It's my pleasure here to support SCBD Toastmasters as a general evaluator. My task is to write down every point that's running well from the meeting and another point that needs for improvement. And this is the complicated task that I do. So I need my team for supporting my task. Let me call my team. The first is Bramarian, is Toastmaster Agus. Toastmaster Agus.
Oh, hello.
Screen is yours. Please to explain about your task.
Okay, thank you very much for the introduction. So, hello everyone, good evening. Agus is here. So today I serve as your English teacher, aka grammarian, and as the grammarian, I will observe everyone who is speaking throughout this meeting to take note their usage of English language, such as grammar, pronunciation, rhetorical devices, and quotes. And during the evaluation session toward the end of the meeting, I will return and present the fruit of my observation. So that's all from me. I give the control back to Toastmaster Sanju.
Thank you, Mr. Agus, for your detailed explanation. And my next theme is for Altaker and word of the day counter. May I call upon Mr. William to explain about your task?
Happy morning. Thank you for introduction, TM Sanjung. My name is William. I will be AWOD tonight. My responsibility is to take notes words and sound that are used as a pause filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sound like and and I will also take note for repeated words or phrase. Another thing that I will take note is the word of the day, which is tribute. Please use it as many as you can during your speech. At the end of the meeting, I will report the numbers of times that a speaker used this expression. Back to you, GE.
Thank you, Mr. William, for your explanation. And may I call upon my next team as a timer, Toastmaster Nafla. Please, Toastmaster Nafla,
Thank
to
you.
explain your task.
Okay, happy morning, everyone. My name is Nafla, and I'll be your timer for today. And as a timer, I will give you a sign as my background will change into green. Wait a minute. Green, yellow, and red. So for the prepared speaker, we don't have icebreaker. So for the prepared speech is 5 until 7 minutes or maximum 7 minutes and 30 seconds. So you are eligible to be voted as in 5 minutes and 7 minutes 30 seconds. And I will give the sign for yellow, green, red, yellow for 5, green for 6, and red for 7 minutes. And for table topic speech, the sign I will give is green, yellow, and red. Green for 1 minute, yellow for 1 minute 30 seconds, and red for 2 minutes. Oh, wait a minute. I think I need to change into. Okay. And the eligible to be voted for the time is 1 minute minimal and maximum to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And last but not least is for the evaluation session, 2 minutes for green for 2 minutes, and then yellow for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and also 3 minutes. I will give the sign red here, and the maximum for you to speak is until 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and the minimum time you will be evaluated to be you will be eligible to be voted is on 2 minutes for the minimum. Thank you. That's all for me. And probably you guys need to pin me. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nafla, for your interesting explanation about timing. And my next team is for the counter. May I call upon Toastmaster Dwi to explain about the task of the counter. Please, yours, Toastmaster Dwi.
Thank you, Madam GE. Happy morning, everyone. I'm serving as ballot counter. It sounds a bit different, but we try to encourage people to vote and support all the speakers by voting. And there will be a time when I have to cast the link, and then you can vote for the most favorite speakers. So don't forget to vote as a form to support all the speakers. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjung.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dwi, for your explanation. That's all the explanation from General Evaluator team. And as we know, because evaluation is the essential part in Toastmaster meeting, a General Evaluator and the team will report back to you at the end of the meeting. So I will be control back to Toastmaster the meeting to lead the meeting.
All right, thank you so much, Madam G, Toastmaster Sanjung. Good luck for you and your team. Let's move on to another session. All right, the next lineup will be opened by Toastmaster Sari as our first speaker. She will give the speech with the title "Love is in the Cloud." But before that, I will call Toastmaster Sony to introduce Toastmaster Sari. Toastmaster Sony, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aki. Happy morning, everyone.
Happy morning.
My name is,
Happy morning.
Thank you.
Konnichiwa.
Subah al-khair. My name is Sonny, and tonight I will be an evaluator of Toastmaster Sari. Toastmaster Sari tonight will deliver her speech her project in project 1 level 2A in presentation mastery pathway, of course. And in her project, it has purpose to present speech in any topic, then receive feedback from the evaluator, and then apply the feedback in the next her speech. And Toastmaster Sari will have 5 up to 7 minutes in length to deliver her speech. But beforehand, I need to check Toastmaster Sari first. Toastmaster Sari, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, good. I can hear your voice clearly, and you are also visible. And then, are you ready, Toastmaster Sari?
Bring it on.
Okay, perfect. And then, without further ado, guys, let us welcome Toastmaster Sari with her speech title, Love is in the Cloud. Love is in the Cloud, Toastmaster Sari. Take it away.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sony. All right, happy morning, my fellow Toastmaster and guests. I'm curious to know, and please type it on the chat box. Do you know about the 5 love languages? Please type it on the chat box. Do you know about the 5 love languages? Okay, thank you, everyone. Speaking of the 5 love languages, you must be thinking that this is all about the love and romantic things. Partly, it's true. The method was originally designed for marriage and family, but I will give you another perspective later on. I would like to share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. The 5 love languages are the 5 different ways of expressing and receiving love, which are words of affirmation,
quality time, receiving gift, act of service, and physical touch. Not everyone communicates love in the same way. And likewise, people have different ways to receive love. Let's dig in deeper one by one. Firstly, words of affirmation. People who list words of affirmation as their love language value verbal acknowledgement of affection and words of encouragement or compliment. For instance, I remember my ex told me like this: "Why do you really give me compliments like you always did to your friends?" I said, "Really?" At the time, I realized that one of his love language is words of affirmation. Secondly, quality time. People who list quality time as their primary love language want undivided, no distraction, and total attention. When your significant other have this, please make sure to put your phone down and no Instagram scrolling during dinner or lunch date. Thirdly, receiving gift. Okay, please don't let your mind thinking that this person must be a materialistic one, whereas it is totally the opposite. Most of them even don't think about the price. I remember a friend of mine just come back from traveling somewhere. He gave me this simple fridge magnet as a souvenir. I feel so happy. Why? Because I got this without asking anything from her, and I know that she remember me when bought this. Fourthly, act of service. Action talks louder than words, period. People who list act of service as their primary love language feel love when their partner doing small or big chores, like cooking a meal or running an errand on behalf of them. Lastly, physical touch. This is going to be the kind of straightforward that people feel love when they are having cuddling or holding hands or hugging. And I think most of children have physical touch as their primary love language. All right, enough about the romantic things. Can we move to another one? Sure. At the beginning of my speech, I give you a brief that I will bring another perspective, which is professional one. Do you know that love language can be also bring into workplace? Like words of affirmation can be applied by giving feedback and mentorship. But please keep in mind that we are encouraged to give well-meaning feedback or compliments to our coworker. And do you realize that we here in Toastmasters always have this style? Second one, quality time, which might be created by having non-job related, like virtual meeting together or game night or watching movie together. The purpose is to have personal bonding between team members. Meanwhile, for receiving gift is to give new opportunity or new challenge for those who deserve. If receiving gift is your primary love language, please make sure that you are working so hard to be on the top of the list so you will get that new big opportunity. As for act of service, meaning we can give support to our coworkers. I remember I feel so supported at my workplace here. One day I need to take urgent half-day leave for swab test. I promised to my manager that I will come back work soon. And she told me like this: just take your time, Sar. You can come back tomorrow and I will back up your work. I feel so supported and appreciated at that time. The last one, physical touch. I know we will going to thinking that physical touch were going to be the love language we couldn't translate into a place. However, we can still give support to our coworkers by giving physical cues, like nodding your head when you agree with someone's ideas, or making eye contact and smiling when you're praising your coworker. All right, before I close my session, and based on information I have shared with you, can you recognize what is your own love language? I know this is supposed based on the survey, but please type it on the chat for me. Okay. All right. And here's mine. I'm gonna stop my talking now. Thank you, everyone, and over to you, Tom.
All right, what an awesome speech. I can relate with the love language since my love language is a word of affirmation. Since I can maybe someone who always flirting to anybody. But congratulations for your speech, Toastmaster Sari. Thank you so much for the insightful speech. All right, let's move on to another speaker. All right, our second speaker is Toastmaster Yusuf with the title of his speech is Show Me the Money. But before that, I will call Toastmaster Wira to present Toastmaster Yusuf. So Toastmaster Wira, the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Hey y'all, my name is Wiratamaji Wirananda and I will be the second evaluator for our second speaker. He will be doing his Engaging Humor Pathway Level 1 Project 3, which is researching and presenting. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized and well-researched speech on any given topic. The speech length is from 5 minutes until 7. So without further ado, show me the money, Toastmaster Yusuf. Toastmaster Yusuf, show me the money. The screen is yours.
Do you want to be rich? Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and guests, can I ask for your favor? Can all of you type 1 in the chat box if you want in 1 year time to be richer than you are today? Or type 0 if you don't want it. 1. Yes, 1. Okay. We have the same goal. Now, another one. Can you type again in the chat box? How do you think you're going to reach there? How and what have you been doing to reach there? Did you make a saving? Did you do time deposits? Or do you invest? And where do you invest? And those kind of stuff. Can you please? Mutual fund. More work, nice. Side hustle working. Awesome answer. So let me share my screen. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to speak about money. I'm going to speak about dollars. I'm going to speak about being rich in knowledge. Rich in knowledge. So I'm not going to share you how to be rich because I'm not there yet. So it's like I'm going to teach, I cannot teach something that I'm not there yet because it will be like an elementary school student teaching someone how to pass university. But don't worry, I'm going to share more about how to manage money, which is the personal finance piece of part. Okay. Now, before we do that, let's start with some statistics. So, ladies and gentlemen, in 2021 alone, in Indonesia, there are 2.5 million new investor ID created. based on KSAE later last month, which means there are 2.5 million people start to invest. 2.5 million people will likely want to get richer and richer. So from last year, around 4 million to this year, around 6.4 million. And all of you that has mentioned that you invest and do a lot of stuff to get richer will be part of that 6.4 million. And nothing wrong with that. It's actually fantastic. However, based on personal finance experts that I have gotten some knowledge from, there are some misconceptions about investing, because a lot of people say investing is personal finance management. Personal finance management is investing. This is not entirely true. Why? Let me show the concept of personal finance management from one of the private wealth manager, in this case NFV, which also kind of like reiterated by other experts as well, like Zep Finance, like QM Finance, like the long one, Joskas, Big Alpha, and so on and so forth. Because when you talk about personal finance, you don't start with the investment. Personal finance has a very wide range, and it shapes like pyramid like this, where you should start at the bottom of the pyramid. You should start from managing your income and expenses first. Make sure you have positive cash flow by the end of the day. And then you continue with protection, which means make sure if something happens to you or something happens to your loved ones, you have the safety net. And then continue to the wealth creation. This is the investing part. Then you continue to the wealth management. So what happened is a lot of people start with the investing. So some people even try starting the investing in a very risky product, like cryptocurrencies, like FX and so on and so forth. Nothing wrong with investing in those products as long as you have make sure that the bottom of pyramid is already fulfilled. So you won't get this case where you already invest, but you invest all of your money there and the value go down, then suddenly you have to pay for your kids' school. Suddenly something bad happens to you and your family and you need the money right away. So again, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing wrong with investing as long as you make sure the bottom part is already fulfilled. Because what's more important than being rich in wealth is being rich and peaceful in the mind. Back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yusuf, for your speech about financial management. But I couldn't agree more with you. We should be rich for our mind first before we are rich. We are getting rich with our wealth. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Yusuf, for your speech. Let's move on to another speaker. It could be the last lineup from the prepared speech speaker. So the third speaker is Toastmaster Hanny with the title Be Confident. But before that, I will call Toastmaster Dentia to represent Toastmaster Hanny. Toastmaster Dentia, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Tom. So happy morning, everyone. Tonight, Toastmaster Hanny will deliver her level 2, project 2 in presentation mastery, and the project is about effective body language. The objective of this project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language. So I will focus more on her body language during the speech as well as the speech structure. So within 5 to 7 minutes, let's embrace what Toastmaster Hanny has to say about be confident. Be confident, Toastmaster Hanny, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dentia and Tom. Am I audible?
Yes, we are.
Let me share my screen. Happy morning, my fellow Toastmaster and guests. I will ask to all of you first, what do you think if you look at the picture, it's being catwalk model in the stage? Can you type in the chat box, give me a 1 words? What do you think when you saw elegant, hot, okay, anything? Fancy, crowded, pretty, okay. Thank you, everyone. So, regarding being a catwalk model, it related with my personal story in being confident. Why it's related? Regarding its being model is when I remember when I was in teenage, around 15 until 19 years old, I always looking for my identity, how to be confident. When I hang out at the mall, I saw a lot of women who become a catwalk supermodels on the stage. In my mind, I thought, wow, look at them, honey, look at them. Oh my gosh. Why when the woman who catwalk in the stage is cool? If you remember in the mall, then there are event and the stage, and being a catwalk model is catwalk and looks like fancy that you ever mentioned before. And they are so beautiful. They are looks perfect. I think they are the woman that looks perfect at the time that in my mind, and that inspired me. And I thought, why don't you try to become a catwalk model like them? Beside of that, I felt insecure. And so I'm thinking I'm comparing myself to the other woman. I never felt enough and proud of myself. I just want to look perfect and look cool by trying to pretend to be someone else, even wanting to be a model. Just wanting to look like them, and I realized being confident is not pretending to be someone else. It starts that how can I love and accepting myself just for who you are. And just start with be yourself and be proud of who you are and proud of your body, your character, and your anything accomplishment. And continue my story without thinking a long time. I took the challenge for myself. I immediately applied to the audition for catwalk model. At the time, I remember the audition that I participated was Grazia Jakarta Fashion Week 2013. With great intention, I do prepare well to all of the requirements. Start from I dress my hair with look so beautiful, and I do some makeup, and then I buy a new heels with the cheap money at the pocket at the time, and I do the 7 centimeter heels and try to walk. Okay. I tried to walk, and after that, I joined the participant in FX Mall. I arrived at 8 a.m. early, and after I joined the audition, and I didn't pass because my height is not fit. It's looked like I'm blaming myself too much. It's such a, Hanny, how foolish you are, how foolish. Why you so try to do the audition? It's being become model. And during the audition, I do observe, look every model that they do catwalk, enjoy the fashion week, they do more practice, learn how to walk, and they struggle to keep their appearance, their body, and maintain their eating, like a diet, and other things they do until they become professional supermodel. The other side, I learned, not always what we see from other people, it looks perfect. We never know what they went through, how they get through it. We only see the outside without seeing the back. Just like I see all the catwalk models, I just see her looking perfect and beautiful. But behind of that, it turns even becoming a catwalk models requires struggle both in how to learn walk and keep their appearance, and to often use heels, and it can injure their feet. And my fellow Toastmaster and guests, regarding my story above, that I want to conclude this, and I want to tell to all of you, by participating in being a model, it's not depend what do you want to see in front of them, and just being confident is start from yourself. Just look at yourself and accept who you are, and not compare to other people, and be proud of who you are. Your anything what accepting by your body and the character, and remember, not always what we see from other people it's look perfect. We only see the outside, and even necessary we can learn from that what they have gone through and how to get, and you will get lesson life from them. We can saw what they get through, and just be who you are. Don't pretend to be someone else. And I'm proud of myself as being Hanny. I think thank you, everyone. Back to you, Tom.
All right, thank you so much, Toastmaster Hanny, for your sharing your personal story about confidence. So congratulations also for your speech. All right, the next is I will call Toastmaster Nafla to give the time report.
Okay, so I will drop them on the chat box. So wait a minute. So only Toastmaster Sari and Toastmaster Yusuf, they are eligible to be voted, because sorry, Toastmaster Hanny, you are over time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nafla, for the report. So I will call Toastmaster Dwi as the ballot counter to prepare the link, and then maybe a silent. Yes, is there any 1 minute silent moment?
Yes, please.
All right, let's vote, guys. All right, we are back. I guess it's already 1 minute. So let's move on to another session. The another session is table topic session will be leading by Toastmaster Agung. So Toastmaster Agung, the screen is yours.
I'm sorry, Toastmaster Shauki. This is Toastmaster Agung project. I think I will introduce Toastmaster Agung first.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Raki. Happy morning, my fellow Toastmaster and guests.
Happy morning.
Morning,
Happy morning.
Yes.
Morning.
Thank
Morning.
you. Morning. I wish you are happy.
Yes.
Tonight, our fellow Toastmaster Agung, will deliver his level 2, project 2, the active listening project. The purpose of this project is for Toastmaster Agung to demonstrate his ability to listen to what others say. What will be the topic? Let's ask Toastmaster Agung. My brother Toastmaster Agung, are you ready?
I am ready, bro. Bring it on.
Okay. Toastmaster Agung, the screen is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Alvin. So, as introduced by Toastmaster Alvin, that I will be the master of the table topic session. For those of you who may be just first time attending this meeting, in Toastmaster meeting, let me explain what is actually table topic session. If you have watched Q&A session, let's say in Putri Indonesia, Miss World, Miss Universe, or any other beauty pageant, in front of the audience, the contestant is given a question and they are expected to answer right away. Or if you are in the middle of the job interview, I say, you are required to answer verbally. You are required to answer the question verbally and right away with only a few seconds to prepare. This is a session like I will give the speakers a statement or a question, and the speaker has to deliver a speech based on the given statement. This session is free for everyone, okay? For everyone in the meeting, it's free. If you want to volunteer yourself, please go ahead. It is good for your training, believe me. And don't forget to use the word of the day on your speech. The word of the day is tribute, okay? So now let me share my screen. All right, is it all right? Yeah, is it visible?
Yes.
Great. So a little tip for table topic speech. You can go with you can craft the speech with Oreo, means the opening with opinion, and then you give the reason, and then also the example, and then the closing will be also the opinion if you are agree or not agree with the statement. All right. So I'd like to invite Toastmaster Sami as the first speaker. So for those of you who don't know how this session works, Toastmaster Sami, are you ready?
Hi. Yeah, I hope I'm ready.
All right. So
Let's pray.
please choose 1 until 10. Which one do you prefer?
Okay, my favorite number 9.
All right. Number 9. Let's see. Okay. Could you please teach us something in 1 to 2 minutes? Could you please could you please teach us something in 1 to 2 minutes? Are you ready?
Good.
Okay. Camera ready? Mic ready?
Yeah, would you mind to give me
Timer
like
is
30 seconds to think?
I give you just 10 seconds. It will be no problem for you. Okay? Right? The timer's ready. The screen is yours. Toastmaster Tami.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Tami. So, I think if you are already know me, you know that I have a small business. I have the shoes business called. No, I will hide my brand, but what I would like to teach you is how to craft or how it's about the shoes itself. So this is the shoes that I designed. Actually, this is the prototype for my shoes. But if you want to create a shoes if you want to develop local brands as a shoes in here in Indonesia, I mean, I would like to teach you about the shoes itself. So the shoes in here, it divides into three sections. You may call it the insole in here, the sole. And this is like the outsole that you will wait, okay, like the outsole. And then this is like the upper one, and this is like the insole one so if you want to craft the shoes from the scratch, you have to think about these three important part for the shoes, which is like the outsole, what kind of sole that you want to develop. Is it like heels, flats, or like sports? And the upper, what kind of fabrics that you would like to use. This is like the suede or original, like the genuine leather or synthetic leather, and then the last one is like the important is the insole. That you have to carefully choose the form that is really important, because it will give everyone like the comfortable aspect of your shoes. So yeah, that's the comfort. That's the important aspect, that if you want to craft or develop the shoes, if you want to create your own brand. And then the other ones that if you want to create the shoes or like make your local brands, like you have to find a good vendor that you can search, the local vendor that can create shoes in so many places. You can search in Instagram, you can find so many, like vendor shoes maker in that. Yeah. So that's for me. If you want to create the shoes, or to develop shoes, like for a woman, you want to develop your brand, just discuss with me. Or if you you don't want to buy shoes or sandals, maybe for women, girls out there, you can buy my brand. Thank you.
Wow, woman entrepreneur is a very cool Toastmaster Tami. I hope I can buy the shoes. I hope there is the shoes for male, right? For me as a man, or I can buy the shoes from someone that someone special, I think. I guess. Okay. Great. And also it's also good for your marketing, right? Make sure everyone here to check out her product. Okay. Then let's call Yuriko as a second speaker. Yuriko, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, let me share my screen again. Okay, number 9 is already taken. Which one do you want to choose?
Can I try number 6?
Okay, let's see. By Ki Hajar Dewantara, our great person in education, providing example from the front, or we Indonesian call it Ingarso Sumtulodo, providing example from the front. Yuriko, are you ready? The screen is yours.
Give me a minute. Give me some time.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I audible?
Sure. Yes. Please finish yours.
I believe that teachers are the person who will always give an example on the front. But then not all examples are great. Not all examples are good. There's this one teacher of mine that always feels that she is the best person of them all. And you see, this person never says sorry to anyone, never apologize to anyone. And on that time, she will ask us questions about the rules, about the regulation, about all the rules in Indonesia. And it is hell lot. And of course, for a student like me, I could never memorize them all. So on that time, I used Google. So thank you, Google, for letting me survive the school year. And on that time, I remember that my teacher once told us that we should not cheat on the exam. And dude, there's a lot of things to remember. And for a student like us, we have no capability of remembering a lot, especially if there's a lot of lessons more to remember. So on that time, yes, I cheat. But why do I cheat? It's because the teacher is providing example on the front. It is like they are telling us not to cheat, but in the same time, they are telling us to cheat. So ladies and gentlemen, yes, not all teachers are good, but most of the teachers will be inspiring and will be a miracle for us to get. So ladies and gentlemen, no matter what, don't follow others recklessly. Keep in mind and respect others. Thank you.
Thank you, Yuriko. What a great speech. I hope that your experience will be an example for everyone here, and also will be also teacher that as a teacher we need to be someone that really be someone who really for students to look up to, right? All right. Then the third speaker I would call Toastmaster Wira. Are you here?
Hello, TTM.
Right. Which one do you like to choose? The number 6 and number 9 already taken.
Numero 3. Number 3.
Number 3, all right. Tell us about your most favorite teacher.
This is gonna be fun.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, the screen is yours. Bring it on.
Okay. When it comes to, excuse me, when it comes to giving tribute to my favorite teacher, there's one particular person that I really thankful for being my teacher. When I was in college, I met this guy, my lecturer, who became one of my closest lecturer. I remember just spending my time in college talking to the guy, and until 4 years later, when I was in college, he became my thesis advisor. And because of him, he helped my thesis process much easier. I remember I was in the moment where I don't know what to do. Like, sir, I don't know what to write. I'm so confused. Like, basically, my mind just going around in a circle, just wanted to explode. However, he calmed me down, like, okay, what's your hobby? And I was like, and then I wait a moment. Oh yeah, I like mixed martial arts. Okay, and then after that, okay, just write about that. and he gave me a little guideline. Okay, and after that, I put that guideline into my thesis, and at the presentation in front of the evaluators, I was able to pass with flying colors. Even in my thesis defense, I took a picture with my lecturer here. If I have to be honest, I give all my gratitude for passing college to this guy. So yeah, if you ask me my favorite teacher, I'm gonna go with him. His name is Christian, Mr. Christian. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's all from me. Back to you, TTM.
Wow, wow. Mr. Christian or Pak Christian would be very proud of you because you can pass all the exams and also your college because of him. I believe that he is someone who really supportive and also really good at guiding you no matter what your conditions are. Okay, right? Thank you, Toastmaster Viran. Okay, guys, don't forget to use word of the day, tribute, into your speech, right? In the next is okay. I will wait for that word. Then now I will call my fourth speaker, Toastmasters Andika. Are you there?
Hi, Toastmaster Agung. Am I audible?
Yes, clearly. Let me share my screen. Which one do you choose? Number 9, 6, and 3 are already taken.
4, please.
4, right? Yeah. Good teaching is more giving of right questions than giving of right answers. Good teaching is more a giving of right questions than a giving of right answers. Are you ready? I'm sure you are ready. The
Yes,
screen
I
is
like
yours.
to see Toastmaster Naplas first. Hold on.
Right.
Here.
Okay. Oh, could you please stop sharing?
Yep.
Okay. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and guests. I would like to pay tribute to my teacher. Her name is Dr. Lim. Dr. Lim is a lecturer in management. When I was doing my graduate program, I always consulted with her about my study. But most of my questions were answered by questions. Actually, at the first 3 months, I almost gave up. I didn't find any answer that I seek. So after that, I braced myself and went to her office and asked, what is this mentoring or study guidance do to me? Because I always get questions and questions and questions. You've never answered my question. And then she said, don't you think further when I asked you with another question? And then you didn't come back to me and you improve. Well, I guess I answered your question eventually. And I just realized, yes, actually, not every question should be answered by a direct answer. When we become a mentor or coach, we can direct them to find the answer by themselves. And that makes it memorable because it is part of the experience. So looking back at my teaching relationship with Dr. Lim, I always admire her teaching way because sometimes asking questions really guide somebody who needs the answer. Back to you, TTM.
What a great speech. What a great example of how we should do a mentoring to our protege. that we can do that, like the probing questions for our mentees or proteges, that we can, as a mentor, we have to guide and also require them to be thinking critically, not only just feeding you with my answers. No, not only that. I really can relate from the Toastmaster Andika speech, because it's also a tribute to Toastmaster Andika because he is my great mentor. Thank you for everything. Right, I will call my next speaker is Toastmaster Shauki. Are you ready?
No.
All right. Please choose. Number 9, 6, 3, and 4 already taken.
Okay. Because my birthday is on 8th of July, and July is the 7th month of.
Which number?
So I'm gonna choose number. I'm gonna choose number 5.
Oh my God. Okay, right. From our great teacher from the past, Ki Hajar Dewantara said that everyone is a teacher. Every house is a school. Everyone is a teacher. Every house is a school. The screen is yours.
30 seconds to think.
No, for you it's okay lah. Just 2 seconds. Bring it on.
Recently, I received one of the greatest knowledge that I ever received. And that knowledge came from my mom. Shauki, if you want to cook a water or heaten the water, turn on the stove, because it will not turn by itself. That is the greatest lesson that I ever learned, and thank you. Everybody is still waiting. That is the speech, guys. How to turn on the stove. How to actually turn on the stove. But in truth, the greatest lesson that I learned from my house is actually, if you want to do it right, do it yourself. Imagine this. You are going through a lot of things. You are in a lot of stress, and you're hearing a lot of voices in your head saying a lot of negative things. You cannot do it, you're weak, and just die already. All of those negative voices came into your head. And every time that you hear it over and over and over again, you started to break. You started to crack. You started to go through depression. And it's just sad. If you're in a state of depression, there's no therapist. There is no one who's going to help you. No one. The only one that can help you in that situation is yourself. When I cried, my mom said, stop crying. When I'm sad, my mom said, stop sad. Stop being sad. Just do it. Because everything is possible if you do things by your own hand. This is a speech tribute for my mom. And Mom, I love you so much. Thank you so much for listening, and have a nice day.
Wow, what a speech. I wish your mom listening to your speech, right? And
yes, actually my mom is, behind that door, so she's been listening to our speech. So don't worry about it, guys. The message has been through to my mom. You want to see it? Wait.
Hi, Tante. It's okay.
It's empty.
Right. All right, so yeah. That's okay. It's Master Shoki. Then, due to the time constraint, I'm really sad that this session has to be ended. And at the end of this session, I would like to give the tribute to all the teachers in Indonesia, especially, and also here, for example, like Toastmaster Alvin, Toastmaster Melanie, who are the teachers here. And also our great mentors in Toastmasters, SCBD Toastmasters, who really have the patience to always guide us to be always be progressing every day. Thank you so much for the teachers and also the mentors. And I would like to sing a song for the teachers. Terpujilah wahai engkau ibu bapak guru. Right? I wish that I will not hurt your ears. Okay. Then thank you so much for your time. This is the end of this session. I will give the control back to Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Raki. Over to you.
All right, Toastmaster Agung. What an awesome table topic session for tonight, since we are a tribute to our teachers and our mentors here. So before we go to another session, I will call Toastmaster Nafla to give the time report, and also after that Toastmaster Dwi for the link of the bellcast.
Okay, so there are only 4 speakers eligible, and Toastmaster Tami unfortunately are not eligible to be voted. Thank you.
All right, so the link is also ready. So everyone, I encourage you to give your vote to our favorite speakers for tonight. Or the next session is a group photo. So maybe Toastmaster Andika will take a photo session.
Tom?
Yes.
So everyone, please turn on your video because we want to see your beautiful faces, beautiful reactions, and let us have that in our Instagram page. So I would like to give you 5 seconds to turn on your video so you can touch up and everything, right? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. We're gonna do not yet, Toastmaster Shoki, we haven't posed yet. So okay, the first pose, 3, 2, 1. Hold your smile. Okay, second pose, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Give us your best shot. 1, 2, 3. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Andika. So let's move on to evaluation session. Will be led by Toastmaster Sanjung. Toastmaster Sanjung, the screen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raki Esther. Hi everyone, this is session for prepared speaker to receive constructive feedback and evaluation from the evaluator for their better performance in the next speech. And may I call upon the first evaluator as Toastmaster Sari evaluator, Toastmaster Sony. Please to deliver your evaluation for Toastmaster
Shoki will introduce me.
Yes, Toastmaster Sanjung, Toastmaster Sony is doing an evaluation project. So, hi everyone, my name is Shoki Kiswara, and I am going to evaluate Toastmaster Sony in his project on. Basically, the objective of his project is to deliver a constructive feedback to another member. So in this particular project, I will listen to his way on evaluating Toastmaster Sari, and I will point out all of the things that he's good at, all of the things that he need to improve, and also I'm gonna have a few key message in the end. So yes, please listen to Toastmaster Soni's evaluation, because I think that evaluation is a very important thing in Toastmaster, and everybody can learn something from an evaluation. So without further ado, let me call upon Toastmaster Sony. Toastmaster Sony, please, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shauki. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. My fellow Toastmaster, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, especially Toastmaster Sari. Thank you for sharing different kind of love expression. And since you put quality time as one of them, then let me use my time to compliment you. First, I personally can say that you were success to grab the audience attention in the very beginning, in your opening, by asking a question. It seems that you are very understand how to attract our attention. Secondly, I really like the way you deliver your speech. You were calm, confident, and always smile during your speech. It seems that you know very well about what will you convey. And third, the slide that you used was very helpful. For me especially, I can capture your points, because sometimes that is not easy to remember 5 things that you have said, except the audience write it down like what I did. And those are my compliments and affirmation in the same time. And then, okay, to help your speech to be better in the next future, you may want to consider the following recommendation for me. Number 1, I have, okay. Yes, since you have such a wonderful message in your speech, okay. Yes, Toastmaster Sari, if I may respectfully suggest to you, it would be better if you can control your pace, or even give a bit pause in some parts that you need. I mean, because I noticed when you were saying enough about love thing, can we move to the another one? And you answer by yourself, sure. Maybe you want to give a time to for audience to thinking, or maybe answering your question. If they don't answer, okay, you just continue to explain the your speech. I mean, and that's for the first. And second one, closing remarks. Toastmaster Sari, you had such a wonderful opening by asking question in the very beginning, and you tried to repeat the same method in the end of your speech. Unfortunately, when you asking the audience to type, sorry, I noticed. Before I close my speech, can you recognize what is your own love language? Please type it on the chat box. You just continue with your survey result without giving feedback to audience who have typed on the chat box. I think at the time you want to make big conversation with audience and give the feedback to audience before you close your speech. But unfortunately, you don't. You just show the result of your survey. But it's okay. Finally, to challenge you, you may want to control your pace and give you a second to think if you give the audience question, and please explore your especially to make superb and memorable closing. To wrap up, all in all, I love your speech and I will wait your next speech. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sony. for evaluation for Toastmaster Sari. So let's move to the second evaluation. As evaluator of Toastmaster Yusuf is Toastmaster Wira. Let's listen the evaluation from Toastmaster Wira. Screen is yours, Toastmaster Wira.
Okay, thank you, GE. Before I begin, I want everybody to unmute themselves and give a round of applause to Toastmaster Yusuf. Reason why I want to congratulate Toastmaster Yusuf because he just finished his level 1 project 3, which means that he can move to level 2. I personally love your speech. You really taught us on how to get that moolah. Now we go to the evaluation. One of the things that I love is your twist. In your speech, I remember you said, I will teach you how to be rich. Several second pause in knowledge. I personally like that. When I heard that, okay, I see what you did there. Okay, good one. Second one, data. You give us a really credible sources. Like for example, in the span of a year, 2.4 million new investing account has been made. That is really good. I forgot from who. Sorry, I forgot the source, but yeah, you told us about the sources and all that. The third one is humor. I remember when you said, I'm not rich. So I'm not rich yet. So if I tell you how to be rich, it's kind of like an elementary kid teaching college students how to graduate. That is ludicrous. Yeah, I know. That's why I like that. I like that humor from you. And finally, closing. The quote, not only that we have to be rich in material, but also we have to be rich in mental, in our soul as well. That are some of the plus sides that I can see from your speech. Every good speech has one part or two parts that they need to develop. And for me, I say it's your voice. At some point of your speech, I couldn't hear what you say. Even though that's not the major point, it's kind of like the 5% of your 100%. But yeah, there's some moments that I was a little bit confused. What did he just said? Overall, I enjoy it. I love it. Hopefully that we can all have that moolah someday to be richer. So yeah, not only we're rich and our material, but also our mind and our soul. So yeah, congratulations, TM Yusuf. Looking forward for your next speech. That's all from me. Back to you, GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wira, for the detailed evaluation. And let's move to the third evaluator to give the comment and feedback for Toastmaster Hanny. This is Toastmaster Dentia as the evaluator. Let's welcome Toastmaster Dentia. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanju, and happy morning, everyone. So first of all, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Hanny, definitely, for completing level 2, project 2 in presentation mastery pathway. And I think she nailed the speech objective, which is using body language in her speech, right? Whether it's intentional or unintentional. So what I like about the speech of Toastmaster Hanny is first, a good opening. She has this question showing the picture, and it really get us involved. We're answering her question. Not only that, she managed to connect the questions in the beginning to the body and the closing, right? And she has also the personal story, which I like. I love someone using personal story in their speech because it helps me memorize, or it helps me understand, visualize, and get the message of what she's trying or he's trying to deliver. The next one is the objective, of course, meeting the objective, which is very important in delivering a speech. Now, the other things that I found, other than the previous one that I mentioned, are these two, and I hope this can be beneficial for you in your next speech. The first one is the body language itself. Although I notice you have used many or a lot of body language during your speech, you mentioned how the catwalk was walking, or the models were walking and everything. But using too much body language can also distract the audience. The purpose of body language is to give more meaning to the speech. And if it's too much, then someone might not get the message that you want. So instead of using this gesture a lot, why don't you try to use one hand only, or maybe showing hand on the side? Yeah, not every time you say something you have to use the gesture, but yeah, use it with enough or wisely. The last one is to use the stage. Now, I know I'm not a good example in this, but you can also move side to side, right? When you're thinking, you might want to walk a little bit from here and there, and then you might want to approach the camera and then move backward. So overall, it was a good speech. You nailed it in the opening, closing, and also the message using the personal story. And you may want to improve in minimize the usage of your body language or use it wisely. And second one is to use the stage. That's all from me. Back to you, Toastmaster Sanju.
Thank you, Toastmaster Cynthia, for the complete evaluation for Toastmaster Hanny. So this is opportunity for Toastmaster Alvin evaluate table topic master as the project Toastmaster Agung. Over to you, Toastmaster Alvin, to deliver your evaluation.
Okay. Happy morning, my fellow Toastmaster and guests.
Happy morning.
Happy
Morning.
Morning.
Konnichiwa.
Morning. Konnichiwa. Konbanwa. Okay. First of all, my fellow Toastmaster guests and guests, please unmute yourself and congrats Toastmaster Agung to be able to deliver his level 2 project 2.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Agung.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Congratulations, my brother Toastmaster Agung, for deliver your level 2 project 2. I'm very grateful to see you really enjoy very much today. And with the theme is about National Teachers Day, it is very related to us because I believe everyone is here is going to school and have a teacher. So it is not hard to connect with what the topic. And TM Agung also remind us some quotes. Some of them are from Ki Hajar Dewantara, which is one of our greatest teacher in Indonesia. Now, let's observe what is interesting point that delivered by Toastmaster Agung. I have 3 interesting topics that Toastmaster Agung did. The first is, of course, I love this, he used smile. He smile a lot. And what can help you if you are smile? You bring positive ambience for people. You smile, it means everything is safe, everything is happy, and it is good for audience to feel safe to register to your speech and talk. And the second is, I found that Toastmaster Agung help people with the method of delivering the table topic speech. He used OREO, opinion, reason, example, opinion. That really helps people to deliver their speech. And then I also find that Toastmaster Agung give reaction to every speaker, what every speaker said, and also mention what will he do because inspired of the speaker. And then let's move to what point Toastmaster Agung can improve. The first is I found that your hand, Toastmaster Agung, is just below slightly under your camera. So it could be helpful if you notice your hand in this camera and make sure your hand is shown in the camera. And the second is, this is about listening. So to make sure people listen is to be a mirror. It is like recall what people said. For example, Toastmaster Andika, he said about his lecture, answer with a question. You can repeat it back, so that means someone listen to your talk. So that is the challenge for me. Use a mirror, and it can help people to understand that you listen to them. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alvin, for the evaluation. And now, time for the next evaluator is Toastmaster Shoki to evaluate the first evaluator, Toastmaster Sony. Over to you, Toastmaster Shoki.
Okay, wait. Okay, everybody can hear my voice? Yes, yes. Okay, cakep. That's it. Congratulations, and I mean really congratulations to Toastmaster Sony, because you, my friend, have reached the objective of your project. You know why? Because you deliver 3 main things in an evaluation. First, you tell the strong point of Toastmaster Sari. You really show that you really listen and you really see how Toastmaster Sari present her speech, which is very good. Second, you provide some recommendation to make sure that Toastmaster Sari can improve on her next speech, which is very, very good as well. Not only that, when you giving recommendation, you also provided some example, like for example, pausing, expression, everything. It was excellent. And another thing that I really love about you is the way that you present or introduce the speaker to the audience. You first ask the speaker, how are you? Are you ready? Which is very good because you're giving mental support to the speaker. Not only that, you present her speech title and also herself, the speaker, very, very good, very proper. So points on you on that. And also you give a challenge to the speaker, because again, a challenge is very good for a lot of speakers, because if they can finish the challenge or they can take the challenge, they can improve. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Sony, for that. However, in terms of presenting a speech, there's always something to improve, just like in an evaluation. While I'm basically evaluating the evaluator, so of course I'm going to give some evaluation as well. First thing that you need to work on is the filler words. You see, even though I'm not the NWOD counter, I do listen to a lot of fillers, and I do listen a lot to your filler words, because sometimes filler words can dynamicness of a speech. If let's say you're hearing a really amazing speech, but there's a lot of fillers such as it becomes lackluster. It becomes less dynamic. So make sure that you pay attention to your filler words, all of those technical details. Second is one of the most important thing in any speech is, of course, eye contact. I can see from the way that you present your evaluation to Toastmaster Sari, you tend to look down a little bit, maybe look on your notes and etc. In order to make sure that you give a proper eye contact, my suggestion is, of course, to see the camera right now. Because if you see the camera, it feels like that you're seeing our face. You actually give eye contact to us, which is very, very important. Second thing is the body gesture, the body movement, the hand gesture. In order to give a proper body gesture and hand gesture, you need to use this setup wherever we can see all of your body a little bit. And we can see all of your gesture. Overall, I think you deliver a wonderful, wonderful evaluation. And my challenge for you is, of course, reduce the filler words, pay attention to your eye contact and hand gesture, and of course, always try new tactics in terms of giving evaluation. I think that's all for me. Thank you so much for listening and have a nice day.
Thank you, Mr. Shoki, to deliver evaluation of Mr. Sony. And now, let's my team to convey the report as the part of evaluation in Toastmaster meeting. So my first team that will deliver the report is the grammarian. Is Toastmaster Agus.
Sorry, Toastmaster Tanjung, maybe timer report first.
Oh yeah, my apology. For timer, how about the evaluators?
So wait a minute, I will just drop them to the chat box.
Are all the evaluators eligible to be voted?
No, unfortunately, there are only Toastmaster Wira and Toastmaster Dentia that are eligible to be voted.
Okay, and Toastmaster Dwi, give the link and the chat box for the evaluator votes. And everyone, please give your vote your favorite evaluator. As you give your vote, let's move to listen the report from the grammarian, Toastmaster Agus. Over to you, Toastmaster Agus.
Hello, everyone. Can you see my slideshow?
Yes.
All right. So let me start our grammarian session for tonight's meeting. So let's move to our area of improvement first. So the first, I noticed someone said if to give opportunity to do something, it sounds pretty awkward for me. So it should be replaced with if or slash when given opportunity to do something. Next, I noticed someone said beside of that. No one really said beside of that when they are talking about an adverb. So it should be replaced with besides. Besides, I was doing this, I was doing this, I was doing that. Next, I noticed someone said my height is not fit. It should be my height doesn't meet the minimum requirement for the, I don't know, for the modeling or I don't know whatever they are doing. Next, I also heard someone said you were success. It should be success. You were success in blah blah blah. It should be, you know, you can replace it with you succeeded in doing something, or you managed to do something, or your attempt to do something was successful. Next, I noticed someone said it's only seen from the outside, not at the back. It sounds pretty awkward for me because you said outside and then at the back. It should be replaced with it's only seen from the outside, not from the inside. Use the opposite word for this context. Or you can say it's only on the surface. We don't know what's beneath it. It is also called iceberg phenomenon. You can only see what's on the surface. You don't know anything about what's beneath the surface. I also noticed someone was translating Ingarso Sung Tulodo to English language, providing examples on the front, but it is, in my opinion, sounds awkward because provide examples. When you provide examples, you use outside source, resource as an example. But in this context, in our Sosung Tulodo, you should say setting a good example as a teacher up front instead of providing examples. Like when you provide examples, you say such as this, but setting a good examples, it is you being the example yourself. Next, I also noticed that someone said like they overused like when they are introducing examples or series of examples, like you know, I don't know. Someone said like this, like investing to this, like saving the money. But when you are introducing examples, you say such as. Okay, right. Next, this is more of, I don't know if I say this is a challenge or more of a trivial, but you know, when you are doing a storytelling in front of an audience, some of you use past tense, while some others are using present tense. Do you know which one is correct? Because for me, both are correct. Past tense is used when you are explaining something that happened in the past, but when you are doing a storytelling, it is also tolerable to use a present tense. Because this is what we call narrative present tense or historical present tense. So because present tense is a simple, it is also timeless, it is also universal, because please don't be burdened with the idea of using past tense all the time when you are doing a storytelling. So instead, you are also excused to use narrative present tense. So everyone is everyone clear? So far so good for now. Now let's move on to the mispronunciations. I noticed someone said infamous instead of infamous. It should be infamous. You put stress on in and infamous. Infamous. It's not infamous, it's infamous. I also noticed someone said pleasure or pleasure, but it should be pleasure, like a je. You say je instead of a sure, pleasure, and put stress on play. I also noticed someone pronounce women when they are referring to plural form of woman. So woman, a single form is woman, but women in a plural form is women. I also noticed someone said appearance, but it should be appearance. I also noticed someone said encourage instead of encourage. So you put stress in cur. Encourage instead of encourage, encourage. And I also noticed someone said prodigy. It should be protege when you are referring to the someone you are mentoring or your mentee. It's called protege. It's not prodigy. It's protege. And last but not least, this is about, you know, when success is success, succeed is succeed. Please notice the difference. Next, the rhetorical devices. I noticed someone said, my mind is going around in circles. This is his way of expressing that his mind is overthinking. And I also noticed someone said, love is in the cloud, but I think there is a misusage of these phrases, because in the clouds is an idiom when you are referring to someone who thinks too much about love or thinks too much about something that is not practical. So I think love is in the air is more practical term for this, because is in the clouds is an idiom for other terms. And last but not least, I would like to give you the quote of the day, which is, if you want to get the water boiled, don't forget to turn on the stove from Showcase Mom. Okay, that's all from me. I guess yeah, that's all from me. Thank you very much. I will give the control back to Toastmaster Sanjung.
Thank you, Toastmaster Agus, for the insight of grammar, and you can refresh about the lesson of grammar tonight from you. And let's move to the next role taker is and WOD counter to convey the report. And let's welcome Toastmaster William to deliver.
Okay, thank you, GE. My fellow Toastmaster and guests. Every speaker has delivered that speech well. My notes on the filler words and vocabulary will be for your reference in this developing your communication skill. And I'm going to share my screen. Wait a minute. My screen is my screen out visible?
Yes.
So for this today word of the WOD, the TM Garda, congrats for TM Garda for mentioning WOD 1 times. Then TM Raki for mentioning WOD 2 times. And the number 3, TM Nafla for mentioning WOD 2 times. And this is for the rest of the speakers that speak WOD words, that speaks filler words and WOD words. Okay, thank you for your attention, and I'll give back to you, Miss or Madam GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster William, for the report. And now this is my my part to deliver my evaluation generally about the meeting. So let me to share my screen first. Okay, anyone can notice my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
As the general evaluator, my task is to evaluating the meeting in general and write down the points of the meeting flow through the session. And first, for the opening, completely friendly subject at arm because he greets the participant with full of smile and joyful, and the meeting starts on time sharply. The procedure is executed perfectly because the sergeant at arm greet the participant and call the president to open the meeting. And for the president opening, Excel while opening the meeting, and he delivered the detailed explanation first about the Toastmaster. So yes, especially for the first comer, can get insight about what Toastmaster is. And also the president delivered the specific explanation about SCBD Club, about the schedule, and also the venue if the meeting is held offline. And the next for the Toastmaster of the meeting, present an opening share screen because the Toastmaster of the meeting inform the meeting information such as roll taker, the theme of meeting, word of the day, and also the speakers. All the speakers politely and comment on his personal opinion after the prepared speakers complete the speech. And for the prepared speech, we have the positive vibes from the speakers and informative speech. And all the speakers are well prepared and creative while there is the speech, and also present the attractive visualization to keep the audience attention. And for double topic, thank you Toastmaster Agung, because it's changing topic related with the theme and also creative theme or style with your abbreviation is Oreo, and the session is full of active participation because the slots is filled quickly for the volunteer. And the table topic master also posing the table topic with your pretty voice to sing. And in my opinion, the participants, some are guests. I think it's better if there is two part is perhaps a part for volunteering themselves, and also there is part to offer some guests or the one that who are not taking the role for today. And for evaluation, evaluator convey the constructive feedback detail for the speaker's improvement and also harmonic evaluation for him, because the evaluator give the positive points and improvement parts. And evaluators introduce the speech detail of speakers, such as the practice module, project name, and levels detail. And also, in my opinion, it will better to inform the speech length as well, to ensure the timer gives the appropriate sign, because as we know, the project of pathways is vary in speech length, and also to ensure that speakers comply the speech rank of rule as the eligible to be voted. And for the officers, grammarian excel at grammar knowledge because it presented comprehensive and informative grammar insight. It's including structure of sentence, pronouncing the words, and beautiful code. And the timer do the job actively, not only sign the background, but also active, inform the sign in the Zoom chat box. Or and word of the counter has good focus and attention at looking for the filler words and spot the word of the day from the speakers and audience. And word counter provides the vote link swiftly, because after a session without any delay. I think that's all the evaluation from me, and I will give control back to Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Aki.
All right, thank you so much, Madam GE, Toastmaster Sanjung, and the team. What an awesome evaluation for our session tonight. Before I give it the control to the Mr. President, I would like to give the closing remark as the Toastmaster of the meeting for tonight. What the teacher is more important than what he or she teaches, from Kurt Mendinger. That's the closing remark from me. I give it back the control to the Mr. President, Toastmaster Garda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aki. But unfortunately, Toastmaster Garda has to leave early, so allow me to take over. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and I think we managed to end the meeting on time, right? But before we officially close, let's hear it from our ballot counter about the favorite or most voted speakers for tonight. Toastmaster Dwi, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dentia. We'll share my screen. Okay, here it is. Thanks for all speakers who delivered such insightful and entertaining speech tonight. This is the most awaited session. Please give me drum roll. Our most voted prepared speaker. Oops, sorry. Yay! Toastmaster Yusuf!
Congratulations!
Okay, let's move on to the next most voted speaker. It is for table topic speaker. Sorry.
Oh,
Our most voted evaluator. Yay!
Congratulations.
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 Last but not least, give warm applause to all most voted speakers tonight.
Yay!
Congratulations
to all
the
the winners.
Yeah.
That's all from me. Back to you, Madam VPE Toastmaster Dentia.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dwi. And I think you forgot to mention our Vice President of Education or of membership number, yeah, in case our guest here would like to join. If you can scroll down, maybe one more. Okay, it's fine. So thank you. It was a great session tonight. We have three amazing speakers. Yeah, they all taught us different things. We have how many speakers, table topics that we have? It's quite a lot, right? Almost
Five.
Five. Okay, 5 amazing table topic speakers as well, and the topics were quite challenging. To conclude the meeting, I would like maybe to ask the opinion from our guests. I know that some of guests are or have been here many times, but I would like to get the opinion from someone who I haven't seen before. How about Tebi Winston?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. How are you, Tebi?
Good. Really good.
Okay. How did you find our meeting tonight?
I got from the email from SCBD Toastmaster.
All right. And how was it, in your opinion?
Yeah, that's really good. And actually, I listening the speech, and that's really good. I learned what the weakness of the people and the weakness of the speech from the other people, and the strength of the speech, and that's really good.
Okay, thank you. So I expect to see you again maybe next week or the following weeks in our club.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
Yes,
you so
Debbie.
much.
The next, Rafael, are you there? Yes, Rafael. All right. If not, then how about from Robbie? I've seen you many times already, and yeah, so happy to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
How is tonight's
Thank you.
meeting compared to the previous ones?
Sorry?
How do you find our meeting tonight? How is it compared to the
Oh,
previous
okay.
one you
Meeting
attended?
is always fun. I really enjoy the meeting, and I'm still also learning and improving my English skill from the listening and speaking also. So mostly I really enjoy the meeting, even I'm the silent one maybe. But it's helped me to improve my English skill also in here.
All right, then we expect to see you again next week
Hopefully.
or the following week, and be sure to join our tabletop session.
Yeah, I just call it my confidence. So,
All right, thank you so much, guys.
yeah, thank you.
And since we have only one visiting Toastmaster, I would like to invite Toastmaster Sanju to promote your club, perhaps.
Thank you, Toastmaster Randia. Hi, good morning, my fellow Toastmaster and soon-to-be Toastmaster. Essential Toastmaster Club has weekly meeting, and the next Thursday, Essential Toastmaster will hold the meeting, and I will type the invitation on the chat box. So welcome everyone to join and participate in Essential meeting, especially for the team from SCBD or also for this. Good, Mas Rintia.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sanjung. And again, thank you so much for being our general evaluator today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I hope to visit your club next week and hope to see your members as well in our next meeting. Okay, everyone. So thank you, the role takers, for doing your role tonight. It was great executed, I believe. Our meeting ends on time now. It's almost 9 p.m. And all the speakers, it was a great performance, evaluators, and all the guests, thank you for being here. So with that being said, I hereby adjourn the meeting with the clapping of my hand. Happy morning, everyone.
Happy morning.
Happy morning and happy weekend.